me money, and it's a rich man's world, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Not to be mistaken with the popular Swedish music group.
I
Oh,
think that's how it. Actually, ABBA is a team that existed a long time ago.
yes.
I'm not sure exactly because somebody's gonna call me out, but it's as far as I know, ABBA has been a team that's existed since BF3. Actually moved into BF4 at the start of it, but then disbanded and they formed, a different sort of team which Kide used to play in.
Yeah.
Back in the early days, they had Nyx DK, their own tanker. But Graham here with the early fight. Of course, you always have to expect this fight with the in between little birds. Garduna is pumping out those.
But there was the RPG right below him. No, that was a
Oh.
Stigger. Oh, that would have been an amazing shot had Krem been taken out. Would have been an easier start for Velocity.
Oh, it's putting the damage. Graham, he shuts him down. Young Thorn is dead.
But the Igla does manage to bring things back together. 2 players down now for Velocity for Abba, but a big stat only on the flag. I believe the US team does have a slight advantage to get to Bravo quicker as well with the helicopter. If you can go straight in, drop off your infantry on the bottom floor, you can usually start to cap and get the B on your side. Hoggild. Checking the elevators, but this flag is still not under control. 4 from Velocity, 1 in the pool. Thorin Beast taking a little dip. But Hoglet is being vigilant and watching the stairs, making sure the spawns and watching the spawns for Bravo point. Let's go to the big map and see. Charlie is completely clear. SunZGaming holding quite passive aggressive or defensive. Passive aggressive position.
You're triggering me right now.
But yeah, SunZGaming is holding this bridge, which has a very good vantage point to see any sort of jeeps coming in from Alpha from the US side, and the boats coming in to try and cap Charlie flag and get China's gimme flag. But there are 3 infantry now from Velocity trying to defend and get back Alpha flag, which does have 3 infantry from Abba coming in now. Hoggild. 4 infantry now. Suns gets taken out. Is there anyone else here? There are a lot of boxes these guys can hide behind, but Hoggild is being fairly confident here and just rushing in, knowing that the infantry can be up here. There's very limited places on Alpha flag where the US team or whatever enemy players can hide in, as opposed to Charlie flag, which can just prove to be a bunch of surprises, and you never know where they're going to be hiding.
Yep, that is for sure, 100%. But I mean, you can we'll go back to which side is really the more favorite in this one, because as you were saying before, that Charlie side is so difficult to clean up because of the amount of buildings that you have. But hey, if you manage to just drop the actual A building itself in the marina, there's pretty much no cover for the team to work in. I mean, yeah, you can try to go through inside the rubble. There's obviously it's still bugged as hell in those, and hit detection is pretty terrible in them. So, you can play those to your advantage, but still not really much. Usually it's the LAV that shoots it down. Velocity trying to pull up. Right now, Abba in control with 23 tickets, and they're pushing down onto that B side. Charlie in their hands and delaying that B as much as possible. They actually have slams in a very good position, and they shut down Suns. What a spot here from Baltazar. It's really, really good. Excellent slam positioning there.
Look at Illusion SunZGaming now pushing up, being very aggressive, and trying to give all the support he can to the infantry, which unfortunately do get cleaned up there on the flag. Logic from Velocity is on very low health, which means SunZGaming did manage to take some shots on him. But now it is Bravo flag, which is being contested with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry against from Abba and Panda Sword, trying to get the prey and spray. Gets taken out by Hoggild. And there's Mookie now in the bar, getting some drinks. As you do.
As you do, we're at the bar. I don't know. When you usually go to the bar, it's just like, hey guys, can I have like a rum and coke without the rum, or like a virgin rum and coke? Like a virgin Bloody Mary.
Can I have a virgin Cuba Libre? Don't shoot me a coke. No, it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing, bro.
But Thorn Beast is really using the bar bridge to his cover, and he has not been spotted While I believe that was a Gerult who managed to just run past him, but Thorn is just waiting here. He doesn't have any dead spawns which could help him out. As Velocity are now focusing and rotating towards Charlie flag, as the LAV was quite far forward and has to back up, and they did manage to grab the flag and start the cap in their advantage. Unknown Flo getting the hit on the LAV. At CBF putting on some slams as well. It looks like the LAV could be struggling. Sturga's only on 52 health though, and he's going to be very exposed to you right in the middle of the flag, but he wants to get on the point and stop it from being capped. And there he is. He is capping it back for his team. One infantry player remaining. That's Flo, and he doesn't get taken out by Bisky. Or someone. I don't know. It didn't show up in the kill feed. Thank you, spectator. Fuske.
Yes. Fuske, hey, yeah. But I really love this push from Abba right now. Even though they're not capping the marina site on A, they're buying so much time that it probably doesn't even matter, because at this point, both teams have no control over the actual bleed. But right now, barely Velocity are able to pull them away, and they realize that Abba needs to push back onto that B side. They bought so much time. The kill comes in, and the slams are so far everywhere to try and pull Suns away and not really give them any push or any opportunity to push through on that B side. Masters comes in, nice headshot, grabbing Geralt and takes him down.
Bigsta's coming in from behind, does a 180 turn, but unfortunately, Atsy gets the kill and wins that 1v1 there. But now Bravo with a huge push and the support of the LAV. It should be you would expect, well, I expect Abba to definitely cap Bravo flag. They have no opposition from Velocity here, but there are 4 infantry, a Panda Store in the bar trying to land some shots into the LAV, which Surga had to bail out quickly just to do some quick repairs, and is disabled right now. But is there anything you can do? No, Bigsta getting the AE shot on Pondosaur.
These RGO nades as well down the middle can do so much. It seems like with those in hand as well as those ACWs and the AEKs, they're able to push through down onto B, and the flag is actually going to their side. There's 3 players coming in. Baltazar needs to get as many of his teammates down onto him with the respawns. Well, he now spots the Suns. They're trying to hit that LAV. The LAV is really trying to sneak back into some sort of same space. But Krem shows that there's no 4chan here, and he does get the disable. Fantastic shot, and that means Surga is going to be able to shut him down. There we go. No LAV means nobody's really going to be able to contest that infantry push on that B site. And Fisky and the rest of his teammates are now pushing in to try and clean it up.
And there is Garduna here on the flag in the marina on Alpha Points and has his buddy on him. They are capping the flag very slowly, but there is Pandasaur on the minigun, being very quiet and vigilant, trying to be able, but there's Atsy and Logic who are going to be pushing in from the side and try and sandwich Alpha flag, as Balthazar does manage to take out 1 infantry and lands a shot on the rib boat, but there is Krem coming in to save the day, taken out. But Suns has managed to survive. He spawned in, he jumped out of the boat, and now he's just, you know, swimming with the fishies a little bit, but not in the mafia sense. He's actually alive, swimming with the fishies, gets the squad mate to spawn in on him. And Alpha seems to be okay, but there are Boom Baby Geralt. All the Boom Babies are facing the wrong way right now on Alpha Point, expecting the spawns to be coming in from the tennis courts, but they could get a nice surprise there. There it is, 1 gets taken out. Suns is raining, and he's on the point. He's praying and spraying, but he's not getting the connections on the shots, but he has the support of his infantry teammates, but Garduna taking him out from the side.
Yeah, Muka actually still on that B side, but actually, you pointed out something very, very important here. The fact that Abba were facing the wrong position when actually trying to defend that A side, keeping in their hands, but eventually they're able to take it back. Charlie as well in their hands, and with no helicopter, we said this before on Hainan, having control of the helo is so important because you can see almost everything. You can see that rip boat going across center flank. You can gain control of the helo to just use it as a drop point, and it's just really helping out Abba at this point, just keeping up that pressure on the B side. Alpha being pushed up as well. Look at that, so many people's on it.
Krem almost managed to hang his helicopter upside down on the building, but there he is doing an epic seed switch small shot out of the helicopter, but he does take some damage. And there is Suns in the LAV on Alpha Point now. But what happened on the Alpha Point, and the reason why I think Abba we're not expecting, as you said, the infantry to spawn in from behind, is Panda did a smart move. He spawned in on the vehicle asset. Spawns are random, So why not? The smart move is to spawn on a vehicle which is in the flag, and you always know you'll end up. That's usually the closest point you can get to a flag and get on the burn as fast as possible and stop any push coming in from the enemy team.
Yep. Exactly. There's so many things that you can do in Conquest just by sitting bodies, because just being on a site and knowing that there's somebody contesting, you can gain so much information just by looking at the ticker itself. You know, the drop-down ticker for the flag. So people that don't really do that too much, don't really know how it functions, the more players there are on the site or on the flag itself, the more the faster it will go to their side. So you can kind of gauge the situation, and with players that have quite a decent amount of time in the game invested in it, they will be able to get as much information as possible out of barely anything. And Surga, nice toe across the map, actually shuts down that LAV yet again. And dedication now has to come from Velocity. They only have 2 players on that A site, which means that the remaining are going to be pushing in on B. Baltazar spawning in. He takes down 1. He actually has a second with Big Step, but Master still is rocking that AK with the medic kit. But nicely done, Baltazar. Another kill. Gardu now with 1. They're actually, look at that. All of the kills are for Abba. They're actually going to have enough time to cap that B side with all the respawns and the vehicles on the middle side itself.
Yes, absolutely right. But there is Unknown Flow, and he was the closest one to spawn on the point, but he is getting lit up, and he's already low health. Very med packet. Hogild taking him out, and yeah, just dominating, getting the second kill as well straight away. Even surviving on one HP. Could he make connection and get a third kill? There is Mookie on in the bar.
Oh, that RGO.
There's Arts. True, coming in. And there it is. Hogild's third frag.
Kobe in here, and finally Hogo cleans up the second one. No camping in the bar, he says. And to be honest, the RGOs are oh my god, I really don't know how they're still in here. But young Thorn is on top. He shuts down Fisky. Nicely done. But the ZPD was doing so much damage, just piling up the damage. Now here's the thing. Surga not only has the armor-piercing shelter, not so good versus infantry, but he's got the toes that can blow up any sort of actual armor. There you go. Masterus goes down. But he actually, if he switches to that second seat of the gunner, he can use the Gunner Incendiary, which is extremely strong, actually. You can lob it anywhere, and you can use it to gain as much information as possible. It's not as good as it was before, because obviously you cannot shoot or damage people through the buildings anymore, so thank God for that, Battlefield. I know they're in the chat. Thank you for finally fixing that. But, yeah, it can do so much, especially when you're soloing your LAV or your tank.
That is right. I mean, LAV is such a versatile armor asset to have on your team, and you really want to keep it up. Of course, it's not as versatile as the scout helicopter, because you don't have the height advantage. You cannot act as a scout helicopter. Will be the scouts, and that's the role it plays. It helps you spot infantry, it helps you spot the enemies, and give all the information and relay it to your team, so they know what push is going on and set up and be prepared to stop any push. But 120 to 13 tickets, not looking to be a chance for Velocity to pull back into this one, as Abba will most surely claim a victory for the first map, which is Hainan Resort, with 2 flags in their favor. The bleed against Velocity. It is not going to be a victory for them on the first game of the day.
Yeah, and here trying to go for the team kills. Nicely done. Surga ends up the last one, 117 tickets to 0. So overall, they got the 26